It's
Unmute everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another end of month live stream. Everybody wave at the same time. Both hands now.
Look, Mondo hands. Wait, let me get my
Beyonce dance.
Here.
Beyonce dance. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another end of month live stream where we reminisce about the wonders of the prior month, and then we talk about what's coming up. And today we have a guest. Was it planned? No. Did I ask him 2 minutes before I hit live? Yes. But we have Dustin from the Flicks and Friends podcast here. And down in the chat, we got some people here. We have Fiore and Doom Generation podcast. My Rough Riders, Parker, Dan, Angela. Good to see you guys tonight. And we got Dustin.
Hello.
Hello.
All the cool people.
That's how anytime anyone says hello, that's how you have to say it.
Like
Indeed, you are Movie Dumpster, and now here. Absolutely. I saw they were talking about The Last Voyage of the Demeter, and I saw the movie. Dustin saw the movie, so of course I had to see what Movie Dumpster and the famous Tony from Hack the Movies had to say. And I'm gonna have to listen to it again because there was a lot going on in my living room at that moment. So it was there. It was on. I heard some words, and I was listening the best I could. But when you have 3 kids running around, it's hard to do that. But Dustin, welcome in to your first appearance on the live stream. Like I said, was it planned? I said, screw it. You know what? Dustin is the reason why we covered most of the movies that we talked about this month, and most of the movies we're going to be covering in September. We do have a few odds and ends here and there. But yeah, Dustin was the one to choose the Conjuring universe for us to cover. And so here we are. We're almost done. We only got 2 more recordings left. We have 3 total episodes left because we released The Nun today, which thank you to everybody who downloaded the episode and is listening.
Yes.
We appreciate you. And to be honest, I when I uploaded it, the thumbnail that I made for the episode, probably the coolest thumbnail. I didn't do the art, by the way, and I did credit the artist in the description of the episode, so make sure to go check that out. Go to the description of the episode on your podcast service or on YouTube. I did credit the artist because I'm trying to find some really cool, unique alternate posters to use as kind of like the promotion for the with the thumbnails for the episodes instead of just using like the generic posters that everyone's seen before. So I'm going to make sure if we use one that is a artist made poster that of course we're going to credit you because you deserve it, because it's awesome art. And he's done a couple, the artist who did that has a couple other Nun related posters. So actually, let me look it up real quick so I can actually say his name on the stream. But yeah, I really enjoy the artwork. Also, when I uploaded the episode this morning, which I've been trying to upload them around like midnight because why not? I forgot that I had set on the program that we use to disperse our podcast to all the podcast services. It also uploaded the audio version, just the straight audio version on YouTube. And you know what? People are watching it or listening to it there. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to keep doing it. If people want to listen to it that way, that's cool. I was like, I saw that. I mean, it's not a crazy amount of views, but there's people, going to it. So fuck it. Maybe I'll just keep doing that.
Why not?
Right. So the thumbnail art was done by Juan Ramos, and he has a website. It's on, like I said, it's in the description of the YouTube video and on our podcast, any podcast service that you listen to. Dustin, what do you got going on over there with Flicks and Friends? What do you got coming up? What's the episode coming out on Monday?
So Monday we are diving into Scorsese month and kicking it off with a movie I'd never seen, but now it's easily my favorite Scorsese movie now. It's Gangs of New York. That movie, the setting, the Daniel Day-Lewis in it is fucking perfect, dude. It's so good. But yeah, we have that. We have the Padded coming up.
The Padded.
We have the Padded. Casino and Goodfellas. Just hitting all the notes with Scorsese stuff. And then October, spooky season, and I am ready for that. And it is stacked right now, dude. It is going to be good.
It's to be honest, but we talk about horror movies all year round because that's how it should be. And of course, we're currently in the middle of a horror franchise. So, but man, the last 2 years of us covering because for anyone who is new to our show, every October, each of us picks a movie to cover we call it Spooktober. It's our own little thing. It's, and we each pick our own movies, and it's been a blast. Angela's actually wearing a shirt of one of our past Spooktober episodes, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is a movie everyone needs to see at least once in their life. It's amazing, and I love that shirt. Is that the one that you got from Marshall's?
Maybe.
I think you posted that one and one other one, and I think you said that you got it from Marshall's.
Yeah.
And Dan's the only one here repping the show.
Yeah, it was just like that. I was like, oh, that works.
I got my awesome Jaws shirt.
Jaws.
One of my many.
It's like Jaws is your favorite movie, right?
Right? I guess.
I mean, do you have a shirt that has the billboard?
What?
Do you have the shirt that has the billboard?
It is. That's what this is. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah.
I see it.
And actually, I just got another one from Cavity Colors, a great site that sells amazing shirts. Make sure if you buy a shirt from Cavity Colors, use code Movie Dumpster Podcast, I think is the code, and you get 10% off your orders. Yep. So make sure to do that. But yeah, I got another Jaws shirt that's the actual scene with the billboard in the back. It's got a really cool whole picture on the back, and then it just says "Welcome to Amity" on the front, and it's white, which is dangerous.
Yes, and I have something to say to Cavity Colors. This is not listening to this podcast ever. Anybody that works there is not listening to this podcast.
Maybe one day.
Please restock your Bub and Godzilla shirt.
We need Bub.
74 for the love of God.
Yes, Doom. The hat that Daniel Day-Lewis wears in Gangs of New York is the tallest hat since Lincoln. Dude.
It's almost like Doug Dimmadome out there just with his fucking Winkle Pinker. Dude, I love the vaudevillain brawling brute shit. I thought it was so good. So good, dude.
We got some new new faces here. We have Johnny Browning. We always love seeing Johnny around, and Billy Joseph Jr.
Yeah.
You're so intense.
Billy, I'm so glad that you're here. I made sure to I had to make sure to post on Instagram that we were doing this live stream, because the last time I didn't, and Billy's not on Twitter, and he missed it, and I blame myself. So Billy, I'm glad you're here, man. I'm watching Gremlins, and she just took the goddamn plate of loose chicken out of the fridge. Oh, thank God. I love Gremlins so much. Gremlins is the best. Oh, okay, cool. I love when my computer just gives me alerts. But speaking of Jaws and Doom Generation, I won this amazing Jaws.
Look at that.
You won
Like,
it.
it's Bruce. Listen, she did the wheel spin, okay?
And magnets,
But it's awesome.
Fucking magnets.
So
It's cool.
yeah. Nicole over at Doom Generation, she makes these awesome what would you call them? It's just a figure. It's made out of felt, I think.
Like a
What do
wall
they call
mount.
those?
Yeah.
Yeah, you mount them on the wall with the head.
Yeah.
And if you didn't know, it was from Doom Generation. It's got the sticker on the back to prove it.
Why? Why
But
is
it
that shit on the
has-
wall?
It's okay. Listen, my studio is not done yet.
Or put it on your chest right here. Like it's
Yeah, it's like a chest burster.
Yeah, so we got Bruce with his removable tank that belongs in his mouth.
It's true to size, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Actually.
true to size. Yeah.
So
one-
once the
4
studio
inches.
once the studio is done, he will be hanging. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a studio because that's what it is. I make content in it, so it's a studio, right?
Yeah, it's in his west wing. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
it's my original
It's
room that I've
bedroom.
always that I've been doing the show in for a while, and I'm in this like gross spot now, and I don't like it.
We make content in our bedroom. What does that say?
Yeah, it's called Children.
I stopped listening to Doom
That's not where I was
Generation.
going.
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
Oh man.
Join Patreon now.
Charles! Yes, join the Patreon.
This is the
Please.
quality content you pay
Please.
for. Or not.
Join our Patreon. Oh man, I'm catching up with chat here. Sorry. I told the Discord, thank you so much. I just joined Twitter, but not sure how to read it. I still don't know how to read Twitter, and I've been on it for quite a while. Twitter's a confusing place, full of angry people.
There's also naked
Felted
people,
wool
too, so-
sculpture. There we go. That's what Bruce is. He's a felted wool sculpture, and he's beautiful.
So it's
And
so it's
he
a
will-
wood base and then covered with felt, right? Is that how it works?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I'm
felt.
guessing so.
Like, is there actually wood inside of Bruce,
No.
or is it just
I don't
Bruce
want to.
itself
I don't want to
Oh.
squeeze him too hard. I
know.
don't think so.
Okay.
There might be.
I don't blame you. I
Nicole's in
wouldn't
the
want
chat
to-
right now, so she
That
could.
I've seen have
She could answer
had
that
like
question for you. I just
stuffing
don't want to
on
squeeze
the-
them too
like,
hard. Okay.
a certain kind of stuffing on the inside.
Oh, Dan, getting saucy. That's every single time we hit record. There's something Dan is gonna say.
Something.
Parker, don't squeeze it too hard, okay?
I don't want to squeeze it too hard. I don't want to hurt him. Oh, and something else I do want to share, and because I just got it yesterday, and I did post a TikTok on it, but I figure I'll share it on the live stream. But I bought this awesome movie dumpster, Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Reels, which I guess is it's a fully extended and uncut version of the movie. The only thing that I'm concerned about is that it is the hardest tape to get out of this slipcover.
Oh yeah.
Dustin, you got the same thing.
Yeah.
Did yours give you an issue?
No.
It
No,
literally it feels like it's
It out.
it feels
Yeah,
like it's
I've,
fused
I've-
in there.
I've watched it like twice, and I've taken it out, done pictures,
Yeah.
videos with it. So I mean, the more you do it,
Yeah.
and that also, Mike, do those stickers live in there?
Oh, the stickers are great. Look at that beautiful Super
Just
Dumpster Brothers
I'm
sticker.
going with it.
What? I didn't get it for
Oh.
free. I bought it.
No, I'm just my brain in the gutter.
Oh, that's not what I'm talking about. I have a good one lined up too.
The more you do it, the easier it is to get in and out.
I'm
So,
saying,
like,
it slides
mine is-
in and out real quick.
Well, I had to shake it.
Why
How
is
many
it
Mine is
Luigi
the blue.
colors?
Mine is blue and green for Luigi, and I love
Oh.
Luigi. Luigi was always the character I used when I would
Blue.
I would play. So I'm not upset that it was the Luigi colors, but I just wanted to share that because it's fucking awesome. Movie dumpster guys are
It is cool. It is
very
cool.
very talented individuals.
Yeah, mine is a regular colored VHS. I'm down with it though. Like I love it. I am down with it.
So I was told, Parker, I watched the extended cut of Jurassic World Dominion, and it's a flawed movie that I enjoyed as for seeing the previous World movies, but it does have issues. I'm glad. Listen, as much as I dislike that movie, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you found some enjoyment in it. I will stay with my opinion that I think it is the worst movie in the franchise. It is horrendous. If you want to listen to us talk about it for 3 hours with our good friend Darren Lundberg from Nostalgia Cast, make sure to check out, I think it's episode 72, which is weird because I usually can't remember any episode number, especially since we're now approaching 130 episodes, which is crazy.
Speaking of long podcasts, wink.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be talking about one coming up very soon, 2 weeks away.
Oh,
so
it's going to be so good.
As I stated, today we released The Nun, and next week will be The Curse of La Llorona, and then the week after is our Godzilla 98 episode with Justin and Loy Sauce from Epic Film Guys, and it is, I haven't started to edit it yet, so it could shorten up. It's going to shorten up. There are a lot of things that I'm probably going to have to clip here and there. Nothing major, but there are some things I'm going to have to trim. But it is over 3 hours long.
Oh shit!
And
it is
to
be said.
It is the first time in the show's history that I actually, like, in the show said we're taking a break.
Yeah.
Where usually our breaks are I usually clip them out because it's usually just like Angela's like, I'm gonna get up and go to the bathroom, or any of us have to go to the bathroom. I'm not just pointing you out, okay? We're all like, if any of us have to go to the bathroom, we just get up and then I just clip it out, and it's all seamless. But no, this one is gonna have a break, and I'm probably gonna put a podcast trailer in there. I got a couple I can throw in there, and then we're gonna be back because it literally takes, and I will tell you all here on the live stream, it takes over an hour to get to the plot of the movie. That's just how much conversation goes on. We didn't end recording until almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Holy moly.
It was a very long episode.
What I need to know is how much of that was talked about that Puff Daddy song.
There was
some conversation,
I loved
but I don't think it was probably as much as you're hoping for, because there are, even in those 3.5 hours, I think we probably forgot to mention certain things. Like one of them that we didn't mention, and I'm really upset we didn't mention it, is that Frank Welker was the guy behind the noises for Godzilla in Godzilla 98.
Of course he was, yeah.
I mean,
But that's the thing. That's like a running joke for the show, because he literally does everything, and we didn't mention it. And I'm upset about it. So I'm going to mention it here. There you go, guys.
That's right, because he does most of it, yeah.
You can squeeze him all you like. I don't want to.
Yeah, don't squeeze him too hard. He'll go off in your hair.
He's a great white shark. He's got 2 dicks.
Yeah, double.
You got double dicks.
Yeah.
Great white shark. Great.
I actually gotta wait for that video to come back up because I don't know Loy Sauce's social media information, and I really need to contact him.
Oh, here.
I'll send it to you, or Angela can probably find it.
Yeah.
The first act frustrated me, but then once I got to the second and third act, I felt the enjoyment there. However, it should have been about the dinosaurs around the world. Absolutely. That's exactly what it should have been, because that's what Fallen Kingdom set it up for. And then it's like, how about we talk about bugs? And it's like, no, we don't give a fuck about bugs, man. Get out of here.
I was hoping they went the Planet of the Apes route. Like, the dinosaurs got so smart they were able to communicate with us.
Please.
Yeah, something.
And walk around with, AKs.
Well, that's certainly a thing. It's the Snyder cut of reviews. Listen, it's funny because, like, you see on Twitter, or you see on, social media, the fact is, like, there are a lot of people who don't like super long episodes, but yet our 2 episodes that we've done, which is, one of them is our literal second episode of the show ever, or no, third episode of the show ever. And then when we did Jurassic World Dominion, those were 3 hours long, and there's some of our at least Jurassic World Dominion is one of our highest downloaded episodes of the show ever. So people clearly like listening. I'm glad people just like listening to us, regardless of how long the episode may be. But also, don't listen to it all at the same time. You can take, like I said, there's breaks in it. Listen to our first half, take a break, go listen to somebody else, then come back later on. However you want to do it. I don't get
Dude.
the Godzilla 98 love as a big Godzilla fan. Maybe the biggest disappointment for a film I ever had. So
Listen to that podcast.
yeah, just listen to it. I don't want to spoil what we talk about because, like I said, there's a lot that we talk about. I mean, for one, we had two amazing guests. One of them was a massive Godzilla fan, as Dan is, and then Justin is knows how to talk, and he adds a lot to the episode. There is points where, and I'll say it right now, there's points where I don't think I talk for like 10 to 15 minutes. Like at one time, which is wild because I feel like I never stop talking.
It's like a desert with no Parker in it. It's so weird.
it was odd, but you know what?
Me,
it was great.
Who's over
Well, you did a few rants.
Angela, I think you talked more than me at certain points. It was wild.
I like Godzilla too. I'm not as big a fan as
She lined up shots. Just went.
Oh yes,
She's lined up shots.
No, I was drinking before we started.
Give me Godzilla 1985. We're hoping to cover that someday. We're gonna. I mean,
I'm gonna watch the original.
We got the Monster Zone on our Patreon, but also we will be covering Godzilla movies on the main show at some point.
Charles, I'm gonna make an executive decision here without Parker. Parker vetoes. It's fine. If we ever cover the Return of Godzilla / Godzilla 1985, it'll be on the main show. It won't be on Monster Zone. But if we talk about it, I want to talk about the original, The Return of Godzilla. 85 is great and all, but I don't need Dr. Pepper in the back, and I don't need old ass Steve Martin. As much as I love the original Godzilla 56. So
Bruce jumped all over the place. Parker loves Jaws so much he probably hears the Dunna music before he
yes, please. I wish your wife was around for that. Please tell her that happened in this.
Maybe she's watching. I don't know, but that.
I was waiting for him to read that.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Oh man, Brian Sanchez, what's going on? I'm still waiting for Pluto TV to show Godzilla 1985.
The Blu-ray went out of cycle real fast on that one, Charles. I wish they'd re-release it.
But speaking of the show, last month we're looking back at August and all the awesome episodes that we produced over the month, and one of them was, of course, our Conjuring 2 episode with our good friend Dustin here.
Yeah,
and it was that's the thing is, like, this franchise has been such a fucking roller coaster when it comes to like what's good, and then we're at like the low point now. Like we're The Nun, and then we have La Llorona next week, which is kind of like and then I don't hear good things about Annabelle Comes Home, and I've seen The Conjuring 3. I don't want to show my hand now, but this franchise has been crazy because it starts off so strong, and I just don't understand how you can start off so strong with Annabelle is definitely not included in that, but you have The Conjuring and then The Conjuring 2, which are just two juggernauts of the franchise. Mm-hmm. And then I think like Annabelle Creation, I think, does a really good job at trying to keep in pace with it. And then it's just like, whoa, we're just, and it's like they don't know what to do. I think the biggest issue with the Conjuring universe is the fact that there's too many prequels to their stories, where I think they should have just either stopped connecting every single movie in this universe, or just stop giving us prequels, because the problem with prequels is that we've already seen those characters, and they just don't scare us like they should. Like, we saw the Nun in The Conjuring 2, great character, great build up, everything about that character was fun in The Conjuring 2, and then you see her in The Nun, and you're just like, we've seen this before. It's all the same, and it's not scary.
I think what was good about with The Conjuring and The Conjuring 2 is we got flavors of different types of ghosts.
Yeah.
The Nun, Valak is unfortunately one singular image. Like, what Valak looks like, and when there's a whole movie centered around the Nun, you don't expect anything else other than a fucking Nun character.
Right.
But to play onto what you just said about prequels and tying universes together, if Annabelle Comes Home came out before The Nun, it would have been a completely different movie
Oh,
because
absolutely.
of all of them, that is the movie that ties everything together. And Dan's gonna dig it because I know we've talked about it before because we get to explore the Warrens, the room. Like we get to meet like 5 or 6 different cursed, artifacts and shit like that, dude. So that's what I really liked about Annabelle Comes Home. But if it were an earlier movie, it'd have been a lot stronger than it is now.
I will take your word for it, but I will say this at least. So far, I can't be mad at you anymore about this franchise. So I don't know unless you want me to be. Like
you don't have
no. No. It's actually been we've stated, we've generally liked at least for at least one viewing experience liked these movies, and some of them are very good horror films.
Especially
and even some of the ones that aren't that great,
right?
Or at least okay for a viewing.
Especially since it's coming from 2 people who don't really like these style of film. Like you guys aren't big fans of this style of film, and so for you guys to get to experience these movies for the first time with you guys, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
So our first episode of August was actually a slice of TV episode, which is crazy because I feel like I haven't done one of those in a while, where I talked about Twisted Metal and my thoughts on Twisted Metal. What a surprise that show was. And have you guys played Twisted Metal? Like,
yeah,
at all?
Put a shitload of
Watch
1,
the
2,
show.
3, 4,
check out the show.
Black.
Check it out. It's so surprising how loyal it is to the video games, but also how fun the characters are and how the world they created was just, it made sense. Like, how did you make Twisted Metal make sense in a TV show? Like, how did because like Twisted Metal, it's not that complex. There's not a lot of story behind Twisted Metal other than like the story about how it's created, but it was so interesting and so much fun. And I was not the biggest fan of Anthony Mackie like before the show, and I ended the show going, wow, I didn't think I was gonna like Anthony Mackie, and I love him. And Stephanie Butritz, who plays Quiet, oh, she's great.
The only reason it works is because they somehow managed to squeeze in the Thong Song by Cisco, and that's the only reason the show
and
works.
Sweet Tooth literally dances to it. So I mean, that's fucking perfection. Like chef's
I've
kiss.
only seen that clip of it, and I'm like, I need to watch this at some point.
Yeah, so they follow a lot of the show is the Twisted Metal Black storyline.
Yes.
Black is good.
Black is very good, but I didn't like Quiet in the show, and the reason why is because her on and off switch was just flipped so much that it made me just not care about her.
Yeah, and it sucks because it's not her. It was just the story.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah, but they gotta make it interesting.
And the reason it worked is because they didn't take the shit too seriously. Like, they didn't try to make it like an action, blockbuster, dude. They made it. It is what it is. But I think the best part of that show is Neve Campbell, dude. Like, she is.
It's Neve Campbell. Come on,
dude. She is where it's at. But if you played Black Dan, there's a lot of you meet a lot of people, but they don't really say who they are unless you know who they are. Type of thing. It's pretty rad. It's a good show.
Yeah, that one's on our list to watch, and then we're gonna probably watch One Piece because I've heard a lot of good stuff about One Piece, even though I was expecting it to shit the bed the moment it hit the ground. And then, of course, Parker, if you're still up for it, we've talked about this. We should be doing another slice of TV for the Gamera series.
Yeah, once that comes out, we already talked about doing that. We got that slice of TV whenever that comes out, and then we have Godzilla. What's the new one in December?
Oh, Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
So
which AMC and Regal are carrying those, by the way.
Which my theater is neither of those, so I'm hoping I get one of those. But the thing is that when was it Shin Ultraman? When Shin Ultraman came out, it was at my theater, so I'm hoping that new Godzilla will be showing up there.
Dude, you had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey at your theater, dude.
Right?
We
didn't get talked to me.
I had something like that.
But then we didn't get talked to me, which pissed me off because I really wanted to see that movie, especially since everyone's loving it. And I'm like, come on, give me good, just trash, but whatever. I'm going to get back to chat real quick so I can catch up with them. Johnny was very confused because I guess Godzilla 1985 sometimes shows up on Pluto TV. I don't like Pluto TV, and the only reason I don't like Pluto TV is because I don't like the interface. But that's just me, because I'm also
It's a
an
little
idiot.
annoying.
Thinking about it now, I think the Conjuring universe kind of killed the setup for Pope's Exorcist worlds they were trying to set up. I
I've never seen this one.
didn't even. I mean, I haven't seen Pope's Exorcist. It's on Netflix.
Mhm.
So
It was described to me as like an action movie with religion.
Whoa. So like
Yeah.
the freaking was it the Da Vinci Code?
Exactly.
And Angels
yeah.
and Demons. I think the Conjuring films are okay. I need to see all the films before I can give a full concrete opinion. So here's what I have seen from quite a few people is that if you are new to the Conjuring universe, which I'm okay with the way that we went about it, but if you like, I'm just letting everyone else know, if you are just diving into the Conjuring universe for the first time, watch them in chronological order.
Yeah.
So starting with The Nun, and then kind of going from there, so that you'll see certain characters for the first time in their, in their origin movie, instead of seeing them in a sequel technically to the character. That's why, like, I wish I had seen The Nun before I saw The Conjuring 2, but when I saw The Conjuring 2, The Nun didn't exist yet. Like, it wasn't a movie. So I was seeing them in the order they were being released in. So I wish I could go back and watch them like that, but knowing how everything goes is kind of just like, whatever. They are good, but they kind of killed the Exorcist genre a bit. No, I don't think the Conjuring movies did that. There's just so many exorcism movies out there, like many. I remember in like the mid 2000s, I think it was like The Exorcism of Emily Rose came out, and then I swear to God there was an exorcism movie every single year, maybe 2 a year going forward. It was so many exorcism movies. It's insane. Yes, The Conjuring contributed to that, but I feel like they did something a little bit different. But also the fact is they are big budget, like big studio horror movies, where a lot of these other ones weren't. So maybe that could have been in play too. I don't know.
And I feel like only the first one has an exorcism in it.
Yeah, because Conjuring 2
proper
doesn't.
one?
Yeah.
When they sit down in the basement, like when they conduct one. But I think it's only the first one.
I think you're right. Like, it's just the end a little bit where words are thrown around at the end of the second one, but that's not really a proper. It's like kind of like, go away, Valak.
Yeah, go on and get.
Yeah, get out of
Get out of
here.
here.
She literally just says the demon's name, and he's like, back
Go
to
on.
hell.
Yeah. Said his name backwards, yeah. Please don't tell me your name's Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh God.
Oh man. Twisted Metal was so good. I played them all, even crappy 3 and 4. I love the Twisted Metal franchise, but I want to shout out another game that is a carbon copy of Twisted Metal, and I think it was just a Twisted Metal knockoff, but I played the shit out of it on the PS1, and that was Vigilante 8. So fucking good. To be honest, if you gave me a copy of Vigilante 8 and a copy of Twisted Metal 2, and you said, here, you could only play one of these, and the other one I have to snap in front of you, I would pick Vigilante 8, because that game I put way too many hours into that game. It's so much fun. The characters I thought were way more fun than any of the Twisted Metal characters. Just my opinion, everybody, but Vigilante 8.
Who'd you main?
Oh, shit. The fucking bus with the bumblebees.
Yes.
Oh, no, it wasn't a bus. It was a truck with like a camper bed on it.
Oh yeah.
And it was the bumblebee. You would get close to them and it would swarm them with the bumblebees. I can't remember all the characters' names in Vigilante 8, but I just love that fucking game so much. I don't have your memory, Dustin. I wish I did.
I don't remember the names either. I just know the car. I just know the car I used was the dude with the Bronco that had the electric rod in the back.
Yes. And you get close.
That's
Oh man. God damn, that game's so good. I wish I really want to remaster that just give me something.
I played it. I played it a little bit growing up, but I was mainly a Twisted Metal guy. But I did play the Vigilante game.
Oh, I mean, I played the shit out of Twisted Metal. I love Twisted Metal. Don't get me wrong, but Vigilante 8 was just my jam in the PS1 era.
He hasn't gotten to the comment yet, but I just happened to see.
Oh, Nev Campbell was in an episode of Kids in the Hall I watched today. Nev Campbell's the best. I love Nev Campbell so much. I mean, to be honest, as much as I just want the Scream franchise to kind of end, because I just feel like 6 movies is too much, I hope she comes back for 7. I can't wait to see Calypso. I need to know which version of him they pick. Oh, we're talking about Twisted Metal still. I'm like,
yeah, Johnny, you'll have to watch it, Johnny, because it's I don't want to give anything away if you're because it's an easy show to binge.
Yes,
like you can fly through it. They're 30-ish minute episodes.
Yep.
Pretty solid, but you just have to check it out.
Speaking of video game stuff, I'm just going to ask everybody here, including chat, has anybody played Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game?
I don't play video games, so
I know. You get the fuck out of here.
I did, yes.
Is it good?
I did. I played a couple rounds with my cousin, and we always got stuck as the killer, and I was always, not as a bad thing. And then I was always Leatherface for some reason, and I was like, okay, which is fine. But if you've ever played, you know, Dustin, but if you've ever played, what's the Dead by Daylight?
Mm-hmm.
It's essentially that formula, but a little bit different. And me and my cousin were playing, and we were the killers. And it's just, you're in the at least the places we played, you were the house in the original one. And then, like, you have them locked up in the basement, like the kids, you've already kidnapped them or whatever and, like, tortured them. But they have to get out, and their time limit is they have to find medical supplies to keep themselves from bleeding out and escape. So that's, like, their clock. And we were trying to find them in one map, our second game, and I was like, where the fuck are these kids? Like, I hear these noises in my house, and then, like, I go upstairs, and I was like, do you hear that? Because Grandpa was making noise. And I just like, and we go into one room and there's a hole in the floor and 3 of the fuckers crawled out of the ground together. I was like, what the hell? Gas up the chainsaw.
Yeah.
It's fun, but it is a slower paced game. It is not just action murk everybody. Like, there's strategy on both sides.
The game that is going to get me back into playing video games is the Killer Clowns from Outer Space game. I cannot wait for that game. God.
I just bought Mortal Kombat 1. It is ready. It is ready to download when it comes out, man. But yeah, Texas Chainsaw. It's the only thing they have similar with Dead by Daylight is it's asymmetrical and horror. Because I used to do competitive Dead by Daylight.
Oh, no, he's an expert. Listen to him.
No, I'm not an expert. No.
He's a pro.
Yeah, no. But the family members, each of them have a role. So like, Bubba is the one that he stirs the hornet's nest at the beginning while everyone sets up. Like there's the cook, there's the hitchhiker, there's Sissy, there's Johnny. They're all setting stuff up for the late game, and that's if they make it out past Bubba. So it's fun. It's frustrating as fuck, dude, because you can get in, load into a game, a minute and a half in, Bubba's killing you.
I believe it.
It happens, and like Bubba has a perk in there where he's a one-shot hit.
Oh, damn.
It's you one time and you're done, but it is what it is. Like, you have to grind, but it's okay. I feel like I do compare it to Dead by Daylight because I've played Dead by Daylight. I have like 1,700 hours in on it. So yeah,
it's a new game. Crazy. It's got time to grow. I think it's fun. I like the aesthetics nice. Like, I think it's kind of like got a good feel to it. Like when you're in the farmhouse and shit, it's pretty good.
Is it a free game?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. If you suck that tea.
Oh, just for on Xbox. How much is it for like PS5?
I would think it's like $40, like Evil Dead was. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'll
buy it on Xbox.
And I primarily use my PS5 now. My son has an Xbox. I have I could get it on PC. I could get the Game Pass Ultimate, but
that makes sense.
I'm not gonna pay for something I'm probably not gonna play. So, all right, back to chat real quick. Don't mind me, guys. I'm also watching Tony's live episode. Hey, that's cool. We share the love, especially with Hack the Movies, Movie Dumpster, all those. Anybody who's live streaming, listen. We literally, unfortunately, we decided to do a live stream when Movie Dumpster put out a new episode and Hack the Movies was doing their live episode, and yeah, it's just how it works sometimes. It's okay. This will be available in audio form, and you can watch it back anytime. So, whatever, it's all good. And now October 13th is being called Exorcist because of the Taylor Swift movie and the Exorcist remake. So the Exorcist movie is not a remake, by the way. It is a sequel to the original. It is pretty much like what Halloween 2018 was to the original Halloween. So,
and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie they did that sucked ass.
That was the exact same type of thing. It was a sequel. Yeah.
But Taylor Swift will not ruin my Friday the 13th.
Well, the Exorcist movie, the new one, is being pushed up in release date. because of the Taylor Swift movie or
'cause
concert,
it's gonna
whatever
get
the
destroyed
fuck.
by that. It's gonna
Well,
get destroyed.
its pre-order tickets right now are making what Marvel pre-order tickets make.
Jesus.
Are made,
People
like
are
for the
just
Infinity
so
Saga.
crazy about Taylor Swift, and I'm just like, she's fine.
I don't get it. It's not my
Somebody
kind of music.
posted the other day Taylor Swift could have a concert in my bathroom, and I still wouldn't attend. And I'm like,
I mean, nothing against
She's
Taylor
been
Swift.
fucked
Nothing
in
against
my
Taylor Swift and
bathroom
her
is what she was
music. I
doing.
mean, clearly she's fucking killing it. So I can't.
I'd kick
And
her out of my
I'm doing
bathroom.
this in my grubby basement. Like, well, I can't say shit. She's probably she's making the bank.
Dude, I have to pee. Get out.
Oh god. Dan, did you read Johnny's comment about you got Starfield?
Oh yeah, Bob. Dude, Starfield came out early for some folk. I think if you pre-order it, you get to play it. Sorry, do it early. I'm just gonna wait till it drops and try it out.
That's the new
I've heard-
Bethesda game, right?
Yeah, I've heard it was surprisingly unbuggy, which is great. So at least they didn't have a bunch of bugs in it at launch. So GG fucking
Wish I could
releasing
zoom
a
into
game.
my face. Wow.
I
no
know,
bugs
no
in a
shit.
game on release. Wow.
Well, not no, but
Just not
surprisingly
yet.
little. Yeah. Well,
Fallout
Bethesda's-
76 came out. And
They haven't found it yet.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I was actually, my cousin and I will be playing once we get done. Well, I need to consult with him. What game am I taking off my Xbox to download Starfield? So we need to make a choice. Something's reaching the cutting block because I'm just trying it out.
All
I'm
right,
not
so
a big.
chat, you're
I'm
gonna
not a big
decide for
Bethesda
Dan.
fan.
Dan,
Yeah,
name
I'm not a
your
big
options.
Bethesda fan.
Yeah, put a poll up.
It's Star Wars Battlefront 2, which my cousin and I are playing, or Battlefield 2042.
I think
That's
Battlefield
good.
2042 because I actually enjoy the shit out of playing. I did enjoy playing the shit out of Battlefront 2.
Battlefront is fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's Star Wars, man, and it's literally Battlefield with Star Wars, and I'd rather do that than actually play Battlefield.
It is and it isn't at the same time. Like I like it because it's more of a confined map than a regular Battlefield game is. But then when I play a Battlefield game, I want it to be a Battlefield game.
I just like running
and
around as stormtroopers or as
I
rebel.
The biggest problem with Battlefront for me is you're taking one engine and putting on another one when it should be on its own style engine. And I don't really care for future weapons. Like if I'm gonna play, I want as close to realistic weapons as physically possible. That's what I want for my games.
Yeah.
And that's fine if people, want something different. But then it's just the hero characters ruin it. You get any Jedis in there of any kind, they just start face fucking everybody. And like what are you to do as a regular grunt? Like, yeah, I'm just gonna throw a grenade and keep shooting at them until maybe I hit them and I will likely die. So that's my biggest issue with it, is the hero characters. But yep.
So
That's
yeah,
all.
can't wait to play Starfield and the Shredder's Revenge DLC. Oh, I might have to go back and play that because I beat Shredder's Revenge and I loved it because I love the retro arcadey Ninja Turtles games. They're so fun. So might have to go back and play that. I gotta hook up with my boy Dark Razard, who, if you guys can hear the music, that's the man behind the music that you hear in all of our episodes and during our live streams. So. But me and him played that on one of the. It was like my first stream in like 4 months, like fucking forever ago. We went through that entire game in one stream. It was so much fun. I love the retro Ninja Turtles games. We miss you in Fortnite. I don't miss Fortnite, but I do miss playing with people in Fortnite. But I do not miss Fortnite because that game is just infuriating.
No build mode.
Yeah, I'm
is so much
guaranteeing
better,
that's
but
what my
still
son
not.
is doing right now. He's either playing that or he's playing Warzone.
Yeah.
I made it better. Well, I thank you, Johnny. I appreciate that. I try to bring some entertainment to my absolute trash gameplay. I will play Diablo 4. Got boring towards the end. Rinse and repeat dungeons. I was so excited about Diablo 4 and have not bought it because I'm not buying a game. I'm just don't know when I'm going to touch it. I literally spent $80 on God of War Ragnarok, played it for 3 hours, and haven't played it since. Not because the game is bad. It's just because for some reason I just stopped playing video games and I just have not had the urge to go back and play. And it's unfortunate because I love playing video games. I just don't know what happened. I'm gonna blame the show, to be honest.
He's blaming us.
All of the fucking shit I gotta. Not
Dude,
you.
like,
no, it just there's just a lot that I do, and I would rather work on this shit than play video games.
At you, God.
I'll literally sit. I'll be upstairs doing nothing, like just hanging out, and like I'm like, I should watch a movie or I should play a video game, but I'll just leave fucking YouTube on and just watch that, not do.
I convinced him to watch a movie yesterday.
We did watch The Meg.
Oh,
I've owned it at four
I
times.
love the Meg. I love the Meg. I
Meg
have
is a
not
good
seen.
time.
I haven't seen the second one, but I do love the first one. It's just listen. You go into the Meg, and if you go into the Meg thinking like this is gonna be super serious, then you are going to the wrong fucking movie. This is about a prehistoric shark and Jason Statham. Okay,
Dude,
what are you
see-
expecting?
I never watched it before. We literally have had the 4K sitting on our shelf for like 3 years.
Did it look?
in
Did it
the
look
rack.
crispy?
It looked
in that
good.
4K?
Yeah. Oh, it looked beautiful. Played on the PS5. Looked wonderful.
Oh yeah, that's how
The
I
thing
watch
is-
all my movies.
Extra crispy.
We both enjoyed it. It's an enjoyable movie. I knew exactly
Ton
what
of
it was
fun.
going in. Like I just knew, right? But there's like 2 moments in it that reach like top tier, dumbest shit you would see in a horror movie times 10.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, even dumber than you would expect in a movie like this. Like, just stupid.
We pointed out. Oh, we pointed out a lot.
And it's when he has to swim in the water.
Yes!
And tag the shark.
Yeah.
You'll be less noticeable if you swim by yourself. Do you have any idea what the ampullae of Lorenzini is? It knows where the fuck he's at, whether he's splashing or not.
It's so big though. How is it gonna know it's so big?
I know. And then the other one was I'm gonna jump into a plastic tube.
Oh my!
With a shark that we have no real
But
evidence of how
it
strong
won't
its bite
break.
force was.
I-
We don't.
Do we put that on the schedule for next year? Do we?
We have to, so we can
Please.
watch both of them.
Yes,
We can just do them both.
We'll do them back to back. The cool thing about these podcast folks in stream and chat know is that it's hard to keep up to releases. That's why Parker, Dan, Angela, Dustin, and Doomgen are truly amazing. Thank you, Johnny. We always appreciate your kind words.
try.
You are
Thank you.
Oh,
amazing.
Johnny, you're amazing, Johnny.
Yes,
I
fucking-
wish I could keep up with new releases, but I can't. I don't go to the theater often anymore. As you could
We
tell, I think we've literally put out a total of 2 fresh cuts this year, and we're in September now. Where last year we put out at least 1 or 2 a month, maybe 1 a month, I would say. So that was, I mean, I just don't get to the theaters much. And then the ones that I've seen, I've either covered on other shows or I just don't care to cover them. Like Ninja Turtles, I went and saw Ninja Turtles and I loved it. But like Dustin
It
released an
ruled- it
episode.
ruled so good.
Dustin released an episode on his Patreon, and then a bunch of other podcasts that I follow had released an episode. And I was just like, you know what? I don't know. I'm just gonna enjoy the movie. I don't really want to talk about it. I'll talk about it with people, like, you know, I'll reach out to Dustin, tell him, you know, how much I love the movie, or, you know, talk to Dan and Angela about things I've seen. But other than that, I really want to have like the passion to talk about the movie in an episode of something. So, or if somebody reaches out to me and is like, hey, you going to cover this movie? And it's like, well, do you want to come on and cover it with me? Because I don't want to do it by myself. Because to be honest, I'm not a fan of doing episodes on my own. I'm not good at it. Even if people in chat say, oh, no, you're great. I love listening to those episodes. I'm glad you do, but I don't feel like I'm good at doing solo episodes. I like having somebody to bounce off of.
Yeah, same.
You know, and especially with the new release stuff, like with, you know, it's fun to do it with Dan and Angela. And of course, you know, bringing on Dustin for anything is always a blast, or anyone that we've had on the show over the last year. It's been great. It's always fun to have guests. Let's see what do we got going on here. Oh shit. Ahsoka thoughts. I have not seen episode 3, but there's a possibility, speaking of doing extra stuff, there's a possibility that me and Andrew Schoening will talk about the Ahsoka show at the end of the season. I know, Charles, you're not a fan of us covering shows after the entire season comes out, but that's just how I got to do it, because I can't do the episode by episode. It's just too much work added on to all the other stuff that we've got going on. So, but when the show's over, we might just we're not probably going to be doing full breakdowns like we did with Obi-Wan, and was it Andor was the last one we covered. So it'll probably be kind of like what I did with Twisted Metal, but I'll have a guest, so it might be a little bit longer than the Twisted Metal episode. But the 2 episodes I've seen, I enjoy it. I like the characters. I think I love Rosario Dawson, and was it who's the
Mary Elizabeth
Mary
Winstead.
Elizabeth Winstead, who's literally married to Ewan McGregor, who plays Obi-Wan. That's just awesome. And from what I've heard, it's literally just Rebels season 5, so, which is like cool. I mean, I haven't seen any of Star Wars Rebels, but I've heard it's a great show, and if it's more of that, then cool, and I'm enjoying it. I still have to see episode 3, and I've heard people are disappointed with it because it was only like half hour.
Yeah, they scaled way back.
Yeah, which I don't understand why they do that. Just make them all the same length every time.
Yeah.
Why?
Don't.
Someone likes to be difficult. That's why.
Johnny's saying that he's the same. He didn't watch Rebels.
I would like. I was told I would like Ahsoka a lot more if I watched Rebels, and because I've never seen it, and I just feel like they're forcing you to know about these characters now, and
Yeah.
I have no desire to go back and watch Rebels.
Yeah, it's just a commitment. It's a commitment to go back and do that. And to be honest, I don't watch a lot of TV shows anymore. Like, I just don't have the time. You know, there's once in a while I'll watch, if it's something I just watch on my own, especially if it's something I know my wife's not going to be interested in, then I can easily just binge something like Twisted Metal. Like, Twisted Metal was an easy show for me to literally just get through. I literally watched in 2 days. Like, they're 30-minute episodes. There's 10 episodes, easy to get through. But other than that, I can't like invest in that much because by the time I finish it, Ahsoka would have been done months and months ago, and then by the time I go to do a review on it to have all that knowledge, it's not even going to be worth putting out because everybody's already had their opinions on it. So I will. It's up there. It depends on how much I enjoy the show. If I thoroughly enjoy the show all the way through, then there is a possibility that we will do a slice of TV episode on Ahsoka because we've been pretty good about doing all the Star Wars shows.
Yes.
So what are other movies we are seeing these next four months? Okay, so we have the next couple months planned out. As we stated in September, we have The Nun, which came out today, because of course today is September 1st. Next week is The Curse of La Llorona. Then the week after that is Godzilla 98, which I've already stated it's going to be the longest episode we've ever produced on the show. Over 3 hours long, so strap in, everybody. And then to finish the month off, we have the final 2 movies in the Conjuring universe as of right now. Speaking of fresh cut, I will be doing a fresh cut on The Nun 2. I'm going to be going to see The Nun 2, probably going to try opening weekend, and I'm going to try to do a fresh cut. So that fresh cut will be happening because I felt like we're covering the Conjuring universe. I might as well add that into the mix. But
Good timing.
Yeah, exactly. And so we have Annabelle Comes Home after Godzilla 98, and then we have to end the month, we have The Conjuring 3 or Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It, and we have a special guest. Darren Lundberg is coming back.
That's right.
To talk about The Conjuring The Devil Made Me Do It, which Darren, we love Darren on the show. He came on to talk about Jurassic World Dominion, and he comments on pretty much everything we post. So we love Darren around here, and it's going to be great to have him back on the show to talk about that. Yeah. And then for October, I figured we'll share our October pick since we already have that planned out. We'll talk about it again in our September wrap-up, but we're going to be starting off the month with Angela's pick, which we're going to be doing Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat, but Trick or Treat, the anthology film by Michael Dougherty. And the week after that is the October Friday the 13th. So that means we are going to be covering Friday the 13th or Friday the 13th adjacent movie, which is Freddy versus Jason. And Discord froze. My music stopped too. Hello?
No, wait, hang on.
Hello?
Hang on. You good? Hello?
Hello?
Hi?
Hello?
Hello!
I thought you guys
froze,
were just...
and we're like, he's dead. And then
What,
we're like,
what was the last thing I said?
Gone.
What was the last thing I said?
Just Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to be doing Freddy versus Jason for the Friday the 13th in October. And then we'll be jumping into Dan's pick, which is going to be the 1957 film Rodan.
56. It matters. It fucking matters, dude.
It matters the year. It's the only fucking Rodan when you look it up on IMDb.
It is the only Rodan film. You are correct.
And then it'll be my pick, which is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003, the remake. And celebrating its 20th anniversary, and I've just been on a major anniversary kick this year, so I have to make sure I stress that major anniversary, because I was just saying anniversary before, and Dan was getting all worked up about it. And then we're going to be doing a special episode that will be releasing on Halloween, which we will be going through the entire Halloween franchise, talking about them a little bit and ranking them as we did the Friday the 13th films. What was it? It's been a while since we did that episode, but it's going to be the same format as we did our Friday the 13th ranking. So go back and listen to that episode, and that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. We're going to be talking about the 6 core Halloween films that go all the way till 1995. Then we're going to be talking about Halloween H2O and Halloween Resurrection. Then we're going to be talking about Rob Zombie's 2 Halloweens, and then we're going to be talking about the David Gordon Green trilogy to end that. And there might be because Halloween is on a Tuesday, so I don't know. I'm trying to debate whether or not I want to release 2 episodes that week, or if I just want to release that episode on Tuesday, and then you guys will just have to wait till the following Friday to get another episode. So we're going to work that out. We'll figure it out. We still got a little bit of time. All right, back to chat, since it's running away from me. Oh, go ahead, Dan. What do you want to say?
Oh, I was going to say a couple things. I say in defense of my pick, Charles agrees with me, but the reason I chose Rodan, not just Dan being like, hey, it's just a monster movie, dumbass. Like, the beginning of that movie is actually built like a horror film. That is the reason I picked it. We'll talk about it when we get there.
So we never question when we all get to pick our, the movies we get to cover, we don't question what they pick. Like, Dan literally
I know, I'm just saying.
picked Rudolph during Christmas, which I understand it is a Christmas movie, but like it's one of those movies that you just didn't expect him to pick, like the 1964 stop motion Rudolph movie. But it was one of the best and funniest episodes we've ever done on the show. It's fucking amazing. I still love that episode so much.
I'm disappointed in myself, by the way, so I'm going to point this out for anybody listening to this. When we get to the Godzilla 98 video, there's a section where Matthew Broderick says, she thinks I'm cute, and I did not reference Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer like I should have. It was there,
yeah.
but it never came. It was in my mind.
There's a lot.
I think we just got
There's a lot going on there. A lot going on there. Yes, we totally keep up with releases. They came out 30 years ago. But thank you. Doom Generation has an amazing podcast. If you don't know about Doom Generation, they literally cover the movies that they grew up with and the movies that doomed them, as the name of their show tells you. They actually just dropped their new episode today. It just dropped not that long ago, where they talk about
right now.
They talk about Dazed and Confused, which I watched for the very first time yesterday, because I wanted to watch it to prepare myself for their episode, and goddamn, I'm so mad that it took me so long to watch that movie.
It's a good one
because it's so good. It is a movie that has little to no plot, other than the fact it's just kids hanging out after at their right after their last day of school, just enjoying the beginnings of summer in 1976, I think the year is. And it's got some hilarious characters. And looking through the cast, I'm like, did anyone do anything after this movie? Because I'm looking at the cast, because it's one of those things, at the end of like Scream, it would show like the picture of the cast member and show the name and all that. Well, it does that in Dazed and Confused. And I went, who the fuck are most of these people?
Just Matthew McConaughey.
It was like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
I knew. I think is it Jack London or the main character? I would say the main character of the movie. And then Ben Affleck, who is the biggest piece of shit in that movie. It's a great movie.
Is he a bigger piece of shit than that time he was that dude that worked at the Fashionable Mail?
What?
It's okay, nobody's going to get the Mallrats reference. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I've never seen Mallrats.
Yeah, he wanted to fuck my girlfriend at a very uncomfortable place. What, you mean like the back of a Volkswagen?
Oh, man. I saw the Meg. It was fun. It is fun. I still need to
fun.
see the Meg too, but I'm probably just going to wait till it drops on a streaming service.
Same.
Johnny wants to see it really bad. I got the 4K of the Meg for free. It was so dang good. You got it for free? Lucky you.
We bought ours on like Black Friday. I went in there and was like, oh, the Meg.
Yeah, I gotta check out.
$5.
I usually buy my movies from Groove or Gruv or however you want to say it, GRUV. They always have amazing deals going on. I haven't really caught anything lately. I know that they just dropped an ad for Duel's 4K, and I'm mad because I just bought Duel from them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, Duel's coming out on 4K." I'm like, "You fuckers." Snyder. I
I did the same thing.
mean, it was only like $7 or $8, so I guess it wasn't terrible, but
Those cocks.
we're gonna be covering Duel at some point because that movie is great. Steven Spielberg,
Yeah, it is.
early Steven Spielberg. Fiore right now, Napoleon, since they have moved back so much shit. Yeah, that movie looks insane. Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon Bonaparte. I will be checking out Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Me too, because it's on Netflix. And to be honest, the trailer looked really fucking good. It doesn't really tell you a lot, but like I was invested in that whole trailer. I was like, and to be honest, I'm someone who actually enjoys Zack Snyder, but I'm not one of those like, Zack Snyder is God. I just like his movies. And I know he is a good filmmaker. It's just some of his movies don't work. I watched the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka. I think it's being handled fine. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it just feels like another Star Wars show. I mean, it's nothing mind-blowing. It's not like changing the scene, but, you know, it's enjoyable for what it is. Well, I feel like an hour is too long to like with Foundation on Apple TV. An hour and 20 is too much. 45 minutes is good, in my opinion. I have to check out Foundation because I was watching a video from the guys at Corridor Crew, who I've mentioned a couple times on the show, and they had the executive producers and the visual effects artists behind that show, and that show looks fucking beautiful. And I have an Apple TV subscription, so I should check that out. Zack Snyder lost me with Army of the Dead. Great trailers, horrible movies. See, that's the thing. I did not like Army of the Dead. I did not think it was good. But that's the thing. I can't just see one movie from somebody. I mean, yes, he does have other ones that didn't really hit the mark. But like Batman v Superman, the theatrical version is not good. I like the extended version, the director's cut as they call it. I thought that was actually pretty good. I like the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. Army of the Dead just didn't hit, but I'm not just going to quit on him because he had one subpar movie. It's just not how I work. I mean, I'm not saying that's how you work, but like, I like Zack Snyder. Watchmen is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love that movie because it is very loyal to the graphic novel, with an exception of how the movie ends compared to the graphic novel, but it's so good. And I will never forget. Oh, yeah.
Which is not relevant to the movie, but it's just this nice subplot thing. But yes.
But it's very, very loyal to the graphic novel. And I will never forget that theater experience because my mom was so pissed when we left that theater. I've probably told the story about my theater experience with Watchmen. I was 17, so I could not go to the theater on my own when it came out. And so I asked my mom, hey, could you take me? And she's like, sure, because she saw me reading the graphic novel and she's like, oh yeah, sure. Yeah, that'd be great. I didn't tell her anything that happened in the story in the book.
17.
So she didn't know about the comedian or anything?
No, but I to be honest, I feel like she should have just let me in and then just left.
Yeah, absolutely.
But she sat through that whole thing, and there was the sex scene on the owl ship there, and I could feel her eyes burning into my fucking side of my head, man. Like she wasn't watching. I was just like, I'm watching and I'm like enjoying, but I'm also terrified at the same time because I know she's just staring at me.
Don't look away.
And she's like, did you? And after the movie, she's like, did you know that was going to happen? I went, of course not. What would I? You know, that typical, I don't know.
She's sitting there like this to you, and you're like,
so crazy.
Yeah, I like Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. It's pretty good.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, don't talk about that. Yeah, Dan's.
I have not seen that movie in a long time, but that movie fucked the zombie genre for me for a long time. I love
it so much.
It revolutionized the zombie genre. Is what it did.
That was such a great debut.
Baby zombies.
Yeah.
The only good baby zombie was in fucking Dead Alive. Got punted.
I've never seen my wife laugh so hard when we watched that for the Podcast in the Woods episode. Oh god, and my son. That's when my son walked out of the room, and she's like, "You're missing the best part of the movie.
Get back in here, you coward!"
And it's literally him just beating the shit out of the baby on the side of the swing set. Oh, that movie's great. That movie needs a Blu-ray release, a 4K Bluray release. Fucking Dead Alive is amazing.
It is on Blu-ray.
It's on Blu-ray, but I want a 4K. I want that 4K. It's so good.
Parker needs his
Please, everybody, go over and listen to our episode with Podcast in the Woods. We went over there,
Yes.
hung out with them, and talked about Dead Alive or Brain Dead, and it was fucking amazing.
It was so good.
Boomer and Gabby are amazing, and
I
their
need
show
more
is
time with
great.
Gabby.
And yeah, Gabby. Oh, she
I love
loved
Boomer
it. She loved
too.
that movie so much.
But
Oh, she really did.
Yeah, they all kick ours for the Lord.
Yes.
October can't wait. That's my birthday month. Turned 25. 25. Nice.
oh, you're only
young buck.
25.
Me too.
Yeah.
Fucking babies.
I'm turning 25 this month. Yeah. This is my birthday month. So what I want for my birthday from everybody is
4K
go
Dead
to
Alive.
4K Dead Alive. And I need you to go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any of the podcast services you can rate us on, and rate us 5 stars, please. We're at 18 right now on Spotify. I would like to hit that 20. Let's get to 20.
Whoa.
Okay, let's do it.
Whoa.
And
My
I'd like to
birthday
get to
month's in October.
Yeah, so we're gonna. So that's what Angela
2 in
wants
a
for her
row.
birthday too. Yeah, so we need
Well,
all those
Don't
reviews.
speak for me for what I want for my birthday. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding.
Legos. What?
Oh man, Rodan is the best. Dan got to that comment. Good job, Dan.
Yay! I'm on top of it.
Dazed and Confused, one of the greatest movies I've watched. A Chef's Kiss, that one. It's so good. I really need to rewatch it. Like I watched it on my phone at work, so I need to watch it on my TV. Yes, it's like the same guy in high school, Ben Affleck. He fucking sucks. He just sucks in that movie, and I'm glad he gets what he gets. Foundation is gorgeous. I mean, so David S. Goyer is behind Foundation, and we've talked about David S. Goyer a lot on this podcast. And he's definitely better as an executive producer than he is as a director. So maybe that's why that show looks so beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen a Zack Snyder movie. I'd have to Google the list. Worst movie podcaster ever. That doesn't make you the worst podcaster ever. No.
Listen, if anybody is bad, it's me for not
I've never
seeing however many movies that I need to see.
Yeah,
But
we
it's-
did a whole month. We did a whole month of movies I've never seen.
Yeah,
And the
there you
list
go.
the list was fucking unreal that they picked.
I'm terrible at remembering who is in what movie. Like
I
they
used to
can
be so
spout
good.
it. They can spout it off, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I'm over here like,
I tried to get my brother on the show today. He was over here today, and we were talking about the fact that like I when me and him have conversations about movies, I feel like I can spout off names and movies like it's no tomorrow. But as soon as I get on camera and hit live or hit record, my brain just starts to slowly shut down. And I'm like, who is that? What? And it's like, you know these people, you know those names, but yet you can't remember them now when it matters the most.
Yep. You're on the fucking spot.
there's certain people that I can remember. You know, like you
Mary
get
Kate and
people
Ashley.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, like Tom Cruise, like
Yeah.
Buster Keaton.
The
who
Meg.
that is.
Oh,
You know?
Very
okay.
solid air actor.
Like there's certain people that I can remember, but a lot of times I see their face and I'm like, I know who that is, but I don't remember their name. I can remember like shows and movies that they've been in. I'm like, well, fuck. How am I a good, not a good podcaster? I can't say that, 'cause-
No, you're a great
but
podcaster.
no, like we used to play 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon in high school. If any of you know what that is.
Yes.
Kevin
Sure,
Bacon
yes.
was in so many movies with so many people, and
Which, to be honest, the first time I ever heard that term, I didn't know what it meant.
we played that in high school,
I was like,
and
what the
I
fuck
was
does that even
so
mean?
I was so good at it. Now I'm like,
We got too much shit going on in our lives to have to worry about Kevin Bacon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I have
Kevin
mo-
Bacon.
I have mom
Hollow
brain.
Man. Hollow Man is my highlight of Kevin Bacon.
It was so
Turn him
good.
invisible.
That was good.
and
that
he's
was
the
a good
best.
movie.
I love
Yes.
Kevin.
Yeah, my profession for like I worked in a movie store for like 8 years, and I had to know this stuff. But what we would do is like, say we're standing in a line at a theme park, the 4 of us. We would play a game where like I would name an actor, Parker would name a movie, Angela would name an actor from
Oh,
that
that's
movie, and we would just go around. or we would do something on the lines of 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, where I would name an actor and Angela would name an actor, and we would have to connect them on movies that they had been in with other people until they met.
Yeah.
So
See,
it's
that's really cool. Hey,
I'm-
but I can tell you where the toilet paper is in my store.
there it is. You know where to find, like the ketchup bottle in the fridge. Like when I say it's not there, and you go in there and hold it up and it's right there.
I got in so much shit when I was a kid because my room was a disaster area all the time. But I could name specifically what part of my room said item was in. Like, I knew where everything was located.
Organized chaos.
Yeah, organized chaos, yeah.
But I hated cleaning my room. But I'm like, I know where it is, and I can tell you exactly where it is. I can still do that with some of the stuff in our room. Still hate cleaning, but
I believe it.
I'm more organized now than I was then.
So Doom Generation said that they've seen Watchmen, which is, in my opinion, the best one.
It's a good one.
That's good.
I think for Netflix and Zach agree about Justice League and Watchmen. Well, I'm glad you agreed with me on something there, Charles.
the
Dead
only
Alive. No, Charles is great. I love
kidding.
our
No.
conversations on Twitter, and yes, I'm just gonna keep calling it Twitter because fucking so dumb.
Guys,
It's
go
still
give
called
it a
Twitter.com,
Yeah.
so
That I'll forever stand there. It's twitter.com until they change that.
also speaking of Dead Alive, Doom Generation has a Dead Alive episode themselves, and it is fucking fantastic, as is all their episodes, so you should go over and check theirs out as well. I've never seen Superman Returns until Tony reviewed it on his channel. I've only seen that movie once, and I don't ever want to see it again because, to be honest, I don't think it's that good. But back to August, since we literally talked about the first episode that we uploaded that month. We started off with Annabelle, which, crazy enough, was our highest downloaded episode of the month, which is not what I expected, especially when we covered The Conjuring 2, which is very close second. We covered the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with our good friend Brad from the Cinema Guys, which today is his birthday. So go to Twitter, go to at Old Man Brad over on Twitter, and wish him a happy birthday. And an episode, I was on his show called Tales of the Tubi, where I talked about this weird movie called The Wicked One, and that released today as well. So go check out that, and then wish Brad a happy birthday. But that one, it's getting there. But I was very surprised that Annabelle was the winner of this month. Also, I do have to mention the fact that I interviewed a indie filmmaker. His name is Sid from Sid Cinematics. He released a short film called Headstone of Solitude over on YouTube, and I got to interview him, and I found out he was 18 years old, and I was like, that is insane. And this kid literally is so knowledgeable about films that I feel like most 18-year-olds wouldn't even know. Like, Nosferatu. Like, yes, people know. I feel everyone knows Dracula, but like Nosferatu, probably not a lot, especially at that age. And like he was naming off films that I just don't feel like people his age would know about unless they are doing what he's doing. And it was such a great interview. I had a lot of fun talking to him. Make sure to go check that out, because I feel like our interviews don't get the love that I feel like they deserve, because yes, I'm not the greatest interviewer, but it's always a good time talking to the people that we talk to. We've only done a few on the show, but I would like to do more in the future. And then our month ended off with last week's episode, Annabelle Creation, which is doing pretty good. So and this month was a good month, an improvement from July. July was not a good month, down to numbers. But this month was a nice improvement, and September has started off with a bang. So I'm looking at September I'm hoping we can get September to be the highest downloaded month of the year, which currently I believe is like May or June or something like that.
I'm expecting Godzilla 98 to do numbers.
I'm expecting, I hope so. Is that
until people realize how long it is, and then like, oh,
yeah, they're
fuck
like,
this.
Oh no,
fuck these assholes.
Skip. No, it's a great episode, guys.
As long as they start playing, does it count it down though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, all you have to really do is just hit download on whatever app you use, and it counts. You don't have to technically listen to it.
Hold up. What if I don't download it? Does it count those numbers?
I have no idea how it works, Dan.
I don't know because I don't download.
The way
podcasts.
Podbean tells
I
me
just
is that
listen to them.
it gives me daily listeners and it gives me download numbers. So like daily
Right.
downloads. So all somebody has to do is just hit download. I'm hoping
Because
everybody
all-
who hits download listens, but
Because see, that's
I
what I'm
don't know
wondering. Maybe we're getting more people listening than we realize. Because I don't download podcasts. I literally just push play.
oh,
That's it.
I do because where I work has shitty service, and there's certain places that have shitty service. So I want to make sure that I don't get any issues when I'm listening, because I literally listen to podcasts all day at work. So
Listen,
I
if,
don't
if
need
it
any
takes me over 3 hours to listen to, if it takes me over 3 hours to listen to a 3 hour podcast, I'm going to be pretty mad.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're excited for all the episodes coming up, and we're excited about everything that the show's been doing. Like we're pushing, I think we're getting close to 19,000 downloads, which is
Hell yeah.
insane. We could, I mean, I feel we will hit 20,000 by the end of the year, but you know, things could
Fucking
happen.
sweet.
But this is usually the time of year where we see some good numbers, so I'm hoping for that. Not to say that that's primarily what I focus on. It's not, but it's good to see. It's just good to see the show grow, and it's been a lot of fun as always. And it's been fun to consistently do this live show at the end of every month. We've done it 3 months in a row, where we hadn't done it in like 4 or 5 months, so it was a lot of fun. And this time I will release the audio version of this. I swear. Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. I will.
Don't listen to
I'm
him.
sorry.
Release them all three together as like
Yes.
a 3 or 4 hour podcast. It's one big one.
Of June, July, and August.
Here you
Like,
go,
what are we talking
motherfuckers.
about here? But we do have to wind down because this is going a little longer than I was expecting it
Good
to
to
go.
go.
But we're just having a good time. We're talking. I've never seen Superman Returns till Tony. Oh, I already read that one. Same Parker. Superman Returns, one and done. No desire to see it again. Yep, totally agree. First time I watched Snyder's Justice League on Christmas Day. Enjoyed it. I understand what he was trying to do, but if he didn't get screwed over by WB, we could have seen more in what he had. Oh, 100%. I mean, that's why we got his Snyder cut. So,
Yeah, Snyder Cat.
which I thoroughly enjoyed. I think they fixed a lot of the issues that the Whedon one, which was absolute dog shit. Like, and I don't say that about a lot of movies anymore, but that movie is horrible. The Whedon cut of Justice League is horrendous.
It completely took out the big bad of the movie.
Yeah, it's
Dude,
just bad.
the
Like here, fight Steppenwolf, that like 80s pop singer or whatever. I don't know.
yeah.
But now we're gonna. I know he's a character before the movie. I get it. But like, why leave Darkseid out? Like, come on.
Yeah,
fuck on.
it's so dumb.
And Granny Goodness. Where's my fucking Granny Goodness?
That's very disappointing. Okay, well, we are at the end of our live stream, and we do have one more thing we have to do before we go, and that is spin the wheel to determine what movies we will be covering in the month of September for our The Monster Zone show that we have at our $5 tier over on patreon.com/dissectthatfilm. So if you want to listen to our episodes of The Monster Zone, make sure to go over to patreon.com/dissectthatfilm and subscribe at that $5 tier.
Yeah.
Please.
Get all
Yeah.
that shit.
You
I
won't be
already
disappointed.
did.
Yeah,
Thank
Dustin,
you, sir.
Dustin does it.
I already did.
You get to hear me talk about liking big things.
Listen, we
That's true.
of course
Oh,
we will never
listen.
we would never beg or plead, or it's your money, use it how you want to. We literally the Monster Zone and our Tubi show are legit. The only reason we started them was for the patrons, for the $5 patrons. If no one was interested in that tier, I don't know if we do the show. I mean, it's one of those things where it's, that's why we do it. It wasn't a whole thing where we were going to start doing it for free and then put it behind a paywall. We would never do that. All of our free shows that we do, like the core podcast, Slice of TV, fresh cuts, those will all be free forever. We're never going to put those behind paywalls, but these are exclusive shows that we started specifically for Patreon. So,
yeah. All we'll do is aggressively suggest that you subscribe
yes.
to the Patreon.
Also, quick note, the stickers, I'm sending them out over the weekend. So Patreon, for all of our Patreon subscribers, your stickers are coming. I'm just really bad about doing this shit. I have them in the envelope with the stamp. I just got to go drop them off.
Yeah,
and then
send us pictures of the stickers in interesting places.
Yeah, your
right.
stickers are chumming.
Yes.
chalking. What are you
stickers
talking
so-
about?
You're there cocking. You're there
Or
cocking.
cocking.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sticker so hard.
No. All right. Pop up that wheel.
Oh, it's all-
Let's get this baby going.
You end up with stickers all over your lower back.
I just feel like
There. Tramp stamp style.
you can pay $5 to listen to us talk
Sorry, dude.
about good stuff. Or you can go to Taco Bell and get you a $5
Oh fuck!
box.
All right.
I had that
I
for
would
dinner
want-
That
tonight.
don't do. That's not fair. I like the
I would
$5
want-
box.
Get both at the same time.
Well, yeah, but
We're adults, Dan.
all I gotta say is that for $5, the content that we give to our $5 patrons every month. I mean,
More
as we said,
fulfilling.
Dustin is a $5 patron, and for the amount of content that we produce, you think it's worth that $5, Dustin?
Absolutely. I work in a warehouse, so like I'm there 10 hours a day, Thursday through Sunday, and I burn through typically my download list by Friday. And it's always just nice, going on to Patreon and finding you guys having this extra content and all of my staff hearing that Dan might not be wearing pants.
I got to keep that alive now. I mentioned the guys at work.
Dude, you are canon at my job.
I mentioned
That's
I
amazing.
mentioned to the guys at work, like some of the guys listen to my podcast, and they're like, I
Uh-huh.
like hearing inside jokes that only the dudes that I work with would ever fucking get. It's
I
like
like
the-
hearing jokes where Parker has to think about whether or not he has to cut it or.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's spin. What's the first movie we're going to be covering on the Monster Zone for
Right.
September?
Whammy, no whammy.
No whammies.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Did you even spin it?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Did you not see it?
Beginning of the end.
Oh, no,
I
no,
didn't see
no.
it spin, but
Beginning of
you see it,
the
Parker?
end. I did. I
Okay.
saw the spin.
Oh, this is relevant because remember we covered them, which had. Hold on. Who was the big actor in that? Oh, damn it. What was his name?
Oh,
James Arness. James
yeah.
Arness. His brother, I talk about this movie. His brother, Peter Graves, is in this fucking movie.
Okay. I just want to look up where we can watch this. It's on Tubi and Freevee for anyone interested.
Woo, Tubi!
Beginning of the end. Another film we are covering on the show from 1957.
It's also a
There's
giant insect
quite,
movie.
There's quite a
So-
few in here that are older.
All right.
We're gonna fix that.
So
It
that
was
will
a
be-
little biased.
That will be our first episode
Yeah, I have
of the Monster
more to
Zone
add.
for this month. So spin
We're gonna
her
add a
again.
couple more to the. Yeah, we're gonna add a couple more to the list.
Yeah.
After this, so. Some more 70s and 80s things.
I have a list of stuff to add.
Wow. How relevant is this one to an episode we're going to be doing that's coming out in a couple
Yes.
weeks? Beasts of
Yep.
20,000 Fathoms, no joke. Spoiler alert, we mentioned this movie in Godzilla 98 because literally Godzilla 98 is a remake, but not a remake of this movie, if you think
Pretty
about
much
it in a way.
It really is. It's good stuff. Oh, I'm excited, dude.
Oh,
Two
that's-
good drags on this
so
one.
Beasts-
Both American monster movies, no kaiju this time.
Is
Yeah.
it Beast from 20,000 Fathoms?
Yes.
Correct, sir. Yeah, from 1953.
I had to make sure when I added them that there weren't two colors side by side because that's just
So
Nice.
Beast.
Oh, I wonder how long
My
it is until we
brain.
hit a Godzilla movie. Because then we have a sub wheel.
yeah.
for
We have a
Godzilla.
sub wheel for Godzilla and a sub wheel for Gamera.
Yep, we do.
Unfortunately, Beasts from 20,000 Fathoms is $3 to rent on Prime Video.
I'm sorry, it's good though.
Let me
I
see. Let me
promise
see if it's got.
worth
Let me
it.
see if it's got a Blu-ray or something that.
It should. I think I have it upstairs.
I was gonna say we've got.
I'm
it
pretty sure.
upstairs.
It needs a
I don't-
fucking 4K. That movie's
But
awesome.
I don't know if what
So it does have a Blu-ray. It's $17 on Amazon right now.
And there is the less
Actually not
popular
bad.
remake, which is also on this wheel, The Giant Behemoth, which was made 5 years later, 1958.
All right, well, there we go. Those are our 2 movies for the Monster Zone for the month of September. So we're going to be getting those recorded, and I'm probably going to be looking through these shitty VHSs that I got that I know a few of them are on Tubi. I'm going to look them up, and then I'm going to put a poll on Patreon to decide what our Tubi episode is going to be for September, because we got a few back there. What's up?
Just going to throw this out there because we were talking about this. This is relevant. The Grove has The Beast for 20,000 Fathoms for $10.99. So just throwing it out there.
I don't mind adding something like that, something iconic like that to the collection. Like, I bought them and it was worth it.
Yeah, so those of you that don't know, this is one of the main inspirations for Godzilla. So it was definitely worth watching.
All right. Well, I think that's about it for the show. Thank you to everybody in chat who hung out with us and talked to us and kept us going. This episode went a little longer than I was expecting it to, but you know what? I don't care. It was a lot of fun. And to have Dustin on the show was just an added bonus and something that we didn't expect to happen. But you know what? That's just how amazing Dustin is. I can message him 2 minutes before we're going to go live, and he's like, hell yeah. And he joins in. And
It's not a far drive from home. It's right there.
Yeah.
But
And my bed's right there.
Yeah.
Dustin, we appreciate you and everything you do for our show, and supporting us and sharing all of our stuff and listening. And we haven't known each other that long, but I feel like I've known you for a long time, and we appreciate your friendship and everything you do. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you guys for having me tonight. It was a ton of fun.
Do you
Great time.
share where everybody can find you, and talk about your show a little bit. So share to, not that I feel like most of the people that are in the chat know about you and Flicks and Friends, but just remind them.
Sure. Well, my name's Dustin. I am 1/3 of the Flicks and Friends podcast. We are a variety movie podcast, and like I stated earlier, we're doing Martin Scorsese. Last month we did animated. Month before was movies I'd never seen plus Ghostbusters for our year anniversary. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, all under Flicks and Friends. We do have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Flicks and Friends. There's only one tier. It's at $3. We do big screen or small stream episodes where I go and see new movies, and it's more of like a recommendation episode. I don't break it down. I tell you what I like, what I didn't like, what I would change. And then we are starting to delve into TV shows. And then we're everywhere. I'm easy to get a hold of. I respond quickly. I run all the socials, so it's typically me who you're talking to.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna put all the links down below. You can also check out the Conjuring 2 episode that he did with us, where all his links are in that description as well. Yeah, make sure to check out Flicks and Friends and the amazing show they got going on over there. You, Paul, and Sean are hilarious together. I love your camaraderie. You're just how natural you guys are, and I feel that's how me, Dan, and Angela are. Especially, Dan and Angela, they're married, so they gotta have that. They have that rapport. But
I think I like him.
God, I hope to some extent at this point. Fuck.
But I feel like, we're very similar in a way. Like, we all it's natural. It's not about, having this like set, thing going on with your show. It's just a natural conversation about whatever movie you're talking about. And yeah, we do have our plot breakdowns and stuff like that, but it's still just a general conversation about whatever movie we decide to talk about, or whatever, franchise somebody picks for us to cover.
Yeah. Even if it's 18-foot grizzly bears, man, we're all about it.
Fuck yes.
Oh man, what a time! What a time!
Yes.
I still feel like Joe Bob listened to our episode and he's like, you know what? Let's do
imagine
grizzly.
That. Oh, imagine that would have been amazing.
I was mindful. I was like, did y'all fucking see the episode he just put out? And I sent it to everyone. I'm like, look, he's talking about Grizzly now.
which is just it was absolutely bonkers.
I just can't wait to talk to you guys again because that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe I won't be dying the next time I'm
Yeah.
invited.
Yeah, you guys need to
Yeah.
you guys need to get in a bubble or something because you guys just need to chill the fuck out.
Knock on wood, everybody
listen.
is better.
Damn kids going to school, man.
It's that
Fucking-
first few weeks of school they bring home.
Everybody's
everything.
got accustomed to the diseases and sickness that's going around. All right, everybody. Until next time, I am Brett Parker. That is Dan and Angela of DNA Gaming, and that is Dustin from the Flicks and Friends podcast. And this has been another Dissect That Film Live. We'll see y'all again next time. Bye-bye.
Doing Ultraman stuff.
What you're over there doing? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's. Hold on. I don't remember all the Ultraman things.